Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news, so here's the scoop that's got everyone talking around Hollis Hall and across the NFC North. A major trade rumor that could reshape the landscape of the division, and honestly, the entire NFL for the upcoming season. Word on the street, thanks to Diana Rossini and some well-placed sources, is that the Baltimore Ravens are eyeing a bold move that might send shockwaves through the league. Now, hold on, because this is just your average trade rumor. We're talking about a potential blockbuster deal involving none other than Mark Andrews, one of the most dynamic tight ends in the league right now. And if it comes to fruition, it could be a game changer for the Chicago Bears, who are already making waves this offseason with their aggressive approach to building a playoff-caliber squad. Right now, the Ravens are sitting at 9-5, with their playoff hopes very much alive. They're dealing with a tricky cap situation with around $15 million in cap space projected for 2026, according to Over the Cap, and the idea is that they might be looking to shake things up a bit. The buzz is that Baltimore could be willing to part ways with Andrews in exchange for a third-round pick. That's right, a third-rounder for a tight end who at 30 years old is arguably one of the best in the league at what he does, especially in the red zone. Andrews has been a beast ever since he entered the league, and his 2025 season was nothing short of spectacular. Nearly 950 receiving yards, 10 touchdowns, and 75 receptions, averaging about 6 yards per catch. His PFF grade of 89. An EPA per target of plus 0.29 exemplify just how impactful he is when on the field. And that's not even mentioning his yards after catch, which totaled 472 yards, and his contested catch rate of 59%, elite numbers that make him a matchup nightmare for any defense. Now, let's not forget Andrews' career stats, over 800 receiving yards and 58 touchdowns, along with 6 Pro Bowl selections. Of course, he's also battled some injury setbacks, notably a quadriceps injury that caused him to miss 2 games in recent seasons. Still, when healthy, he averages around 67. 5 yards per game and is a proven seam route specialist with a success rate of about 66% on those routes, according to Next Gen Stats. Think of him as a modern-day Rob Gronkowski, but with even better hands, with a drop rate of just 2-3%. His role as a titanic figure in the middle of the field, especially in the red zone, is undeniable, making him a perfect target for a team looking to elevate its offensive game. Baltimore's offense ranks 6th overall, averaging 28 points per game, but there's some skepticism about how sustainable their success is without Andrews. Losing him could mean losing a vital safety valve, especially in critical moments. The current Super Bowl odds for the Ravens have slipped from plus 350 to around plus 700, reflecting some doubts about their ability to contend without their star tight end. Their cap situation is tight, and they need to make some difficult decisions, especially with Lamar Jackson's upcoming extension and their need to strengthen their defense, which, according to PFF, ranks just 17th in run-stop percentage at 64.2%. Now, this is where the Bears come into the picture. Chicago has been quietly building a formidable roster, and adding a player like Andrews could be the missing piece that pushes them from contenders to serious Super Bowl threats. Imagine a scenario where the Bears, who are already 9-4 and pushing hard for playoff positioning, bring in Andrews to serve as the centerpiece of their passing attack. His presence alone would elevate the entire offense, especially with the development of their young quarterback and the offensive line improvements they've been targeting. Andrews' ability to stretch the field and win contested catches would complement their existing weapons, like Darnell Mooney and Chase Claypool, while giving the offense a much-needed mismatch in the middle of the field. It's no secret that the Bears have been focusing on bolstering their tight end position, especially after the foot injury to Darnell Washington and other offensive line upgrades. Now, if they manage to land Andrews, it's like injecting a shot of adrenaline into the entire attack. His yards after catch, YAC, of 472 yards last season, combined with his success rate in contested catches, make him a true mismatch for any defense. Plus, his red zone targets, 28 last season, show just how reliable he is in scoring situations. Pairing him with a quarterback like Justin Fields, who's already a threat as a runner and a passer, would create nightmares for opposing defenses. Andrews projected 750 total yards, along with an 18% increase in third down conversions, could be exactly what the Bears need to take that next step. And let's talk about the strategic fit here. The Bears have been focusing on improving their offensive scheme, with an emphasis on tempo and mismatches. Andrews, with his elite hands, route running, and ability to dominate in tight coverage, fits right into that mold. His ability to create space in the red zone and on third down would be crucial for Chicago's quest for consistency and explosiveness. Plus, with the Ravens potentially losing some of their secondary pieces or struggling to replace Andrews' production, the Bears could capitalize on this opportunity to add a high-impact player at a relatively low cost. A third-round pick, remember. On the defensive side of the ball, Chicago's defense has been solid, but adding a weapon like Andrews could help balance the team's overall approach. Especially considering that their run defense has been holding up well, allowing just over 112 rushing yards per game, and their ball possession metrics are trending positively, with the offense controlling the clock for an extra 5 minutes per game. This kind of ball control, combined with a weapon like Andrews, could give the Bears a real edge in close games, controlling tempo and capitalizing on both sides of the ball. Now, considering the broader NFL landscape, this move could have ripple effects beyond just Chicago and Baltimore. If Andrews indeed moves to the Bears, it could influence how other teams approach their tight end strategies, and it might even shake up the odds for Super Bowl LXI. Right now, the Bears are listed at plus 700 to win it all, but with Andrews on board, those odds could improve to around plus 280, reflecting a 20% increase in their contender potential within the NFC. That's a significant jump and shows how much a player of Andrews' caliber could impact the team's championship window. Looking ahead, this potential trade also sparks some interesting debates about the future of the Ravens, roster, and Lamar Jackson's legacy. Losing Andrews would certainly be a blow to Jackson's offensive options, especially since he relies heavily on his tight ends and slot receivers to move the chains. Meanwhile, for Chicago, this could be the start of a new era, a team that's not just rebuilding but actually contending, with a balanced attack that keeps defenses guessing. The Bears have been working hard to develop a winning culture, and adding a player like Andrews would be a statement that they're all in on making a deep playoff run and possibly chasing that elusive Super Bowl title. In conclusion, whether this trade actually happens or not, it highlights the shifting dynamics in the NFL right now. Teams are willing to make bold moves, and the Bears seem more than ready to pounce if the opportunity presents itself. Andrews' fit in Chicago isn't just about adding talent. It's about transforming the entire offensive philosophy and creating a new identity that could carry them to the promised land. So keep an eye on this story. It's shaping up to be one of the biggest offseason developments for the Bears and the NFC North as a whole. This could be the move that defines their season and sets the stage for years of success in the Windy City. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster involving Mark Andrews? Do you think it's a move that could push the Bears over the top and help them make a real Super Bowl run? Or do you see it as too risky given the price and the uncertainties? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. The offseason is heating up, and it's going to be a wild ride, so buckle up, Bears fans, because this is only the beginning.